Now here's Ted with a Mazda 626 LX.
To paraphrase the late Orson Welles, Mazda upgrade no car before its time. The front drive 626 is going into its 8th year, more refined than ever, but basically unchanged. The 626 is still an affordable, reliable family sedan that won't quicken your pulse, but will do everything it's supposed to, which is provide daily transportation with a minimum of fuss. The styling is getting a little long in the tooth, however. Compared to the Honda Accord or Nissan Stanza, the 626 looks almost frumpy, and I think it's time for a reskinning job at the very least. Mazda tend to be very conservative when it comes to product changes, and obviously believe in the wisdom of the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, the 626 ain't broke, but it is looking a little peaked. Power still comes from a 2.2-liter overhead cam 4-cylinder engine that develops 110 horsepower at 4,700 RPM. 2 transmissions are offered, 5-speed manual and 4-speed automatic. Our car had the auto box, and quite frankly, it could use more get up and go. Fuel economy is, unsurprisingly, pretty competitive. 11.4 liters per 100 kilometers, or 25 miles per gallon in the city, and a thrifty 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers, or 26 miles per gallon on the highway. You can also get a turbocharged version of this engine, but only with the 5-door hatchback GT version. The price for our model was $17,290. Although the 626 does have a bit of an energy crisis, there's nothing wrong with the interior side of things. This is an easy car to get in and out of, one of my pet peeves, and Mazda has dealt with one of the 626's major drawbacks, interior headroom. The 626 used to be one of the most claustrophobic cars coming out of Japan, but Mazda has lowered the front bucket seats and raised the roof enough to make it comfortable for the tallest driver. Back seat headroom is another matter, but it's still better than it used to be. As usual, all the controls right where they should be, and ergonomics are first rate. But storage and stowage space is almost non-existent. Aside from a rather undersized glove box, all you've got is this little bin under the radio and a driver's door map pocket. Not what I've come to expect from Mazda. Our test car was also a special edition and had alloy wheels and special paint, among other things. Personally, I'd rather have air conditioning than fancy wheels and a special plaque that reads Special Edition. And I really must complain about the mini spare tire. The 626 is blessed with a good-sized trunk, 15.9 cubic feet with the rear seat down, and the mini spare strikes me as being a little cheesy. But all in all, the 626 is a nice package, and what this model may lack, you can always order with the upscale LX or 5-door touring sedan. The 626 has been duking it out with the same competitors for years now. Its biggest rival is the Honda Accord, although it's getting a bit pricey these days, and the Nissan Stanza. We can also toss the Subaru Legacy into the pile, along with the Volkswagen Jetta and Toyota Camry. Nice car, Tony, but...
Well, that's true. It is a little bland. It wasn't bland when it was first introduced, and it's no secret. This is due for an update. I would say that, you know, the next model year we'll see a brand new 626, and I'm sure it'll be much better and have more power. It is very nicely built, though. I personally like the 5-door, the hatchback, much better than this one for its usefulness. But the car is a little bland and so forth, but it's been a sleeper for them.
Yeah, I hasten to add that the turbo version is much, much faster than this one. And to clear up any confusion about which is which, they make a DX and an LX. Our car was a special edition DX. The LX is very much the same.
Well, this automotive alphabet soup is very confusing to me.
Yeah.
I think I know all about these cars, but that's the way it goes. But the car is very nicely made. The interior is very good. It's comfortable and so forth. There's a little bit of switch scattering, which is common on Japanese cars of that period. They're getting out of that problem now. And also, I think, a few areas of fake stitching that I dislike.
Well, this car is also very reliable, as are most Mazda products. If it's not near the top of reliability and customer satisfaction, it's definitely near the top. I can see why. I mean, as I say, it's not going to set the fire, but it's okay. You know?
I agree, and I think there aren't many cars better built than Mazda, in my opinion. I owned a Mazda once, and it was one of the very few cars I've ever owned where I couldn't even get a screw to turn after 6 months of use. Normally, you can go over a car and rebuild it, but not with this one.
Yeah, now, to wrap up here, unfortunately, it sounds like I'm damning it with faint praise, but there you go. Red light, what I don't like, bland styling puts me to sleep. Storage space, not too good. On the other hand, price is quite good. Fuel economy is very, very good as usual. Trunk space, nice big trunk, and ingress and egress, my favorite, is very good. Driving dollar value, I give it 3/4 of a tank only because it's so boring.